So, has Heaven Hill released yet another barrel-proof monster of a whiskey? We're going to tackle that today here on the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for joining me today. So we're talking today about the newest release, the Burnheim Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey at Barrel Proof. And the question is here, is this maybe Heaven Hill's most underrated whiskey that they produce from a barrel proof standpoint? This seems to kind of fly pretty far under the radar, and I'm hoping that after today's video, this may convince a few of you to kind of take that leap into exploring maybe what a barrel proof wheat whiskey really can offer you. So let's talk a little bit about some of the details on the newest barrel proof wheat whiskey, their A225. So this is coming in at 125.4 proof. The mash bill on this is 51% wheat, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. Comes in at an MSRP of approximately $67. It is non-age stated, however, they indicate that the blends are aged between 7 and 9 years old. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kind of dive into the review. As always, I'd like to kind of move the whiskey around in the glass, see what kind of oils are developing on the glass. And again, very beautiful oils on this so far. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera or not, but I'll tell you this, the oils are absolutely fantastic on this glass. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into the nose and see what this one's got to offer. So right away, this offers up this really beautiful kind of cherry pipe tobacco note. Also lingering kind of cherry cobbler, cherry pastry notes as well. The oak on this really feels like it's on that sweeter side. As I'm kind of nosing it, the proof point is showing up, but without a lot of that heavy ethanol. Now, what I like to do oftentimes with these wheat whiskeys is let them sit in the glass approximately 30 minutes before you start to kind of enjoy it. It will allow these to really open up, let any ethanol kind of dissipate, and you can really tackle this thing, I say, like in the right type of way. Yeah, again, that beautiful, beautiful, sweet, like rich oak that it has on it. And here comes some of the other fruit layers. You know, you start to get into some of that kind of maybe also like a stone fruit, maybe like a chocolate covered raisin, something along those. It is a deep, rich type of profile so far. Yeah, absolutely love the baking spice on this, kind of mixing with, again, that kind of cherry pipe tobacco, cherry cobbler, beautiful oak, again, beautiful spice that it has. It's a very well balanced, really inviting nose so far. Yeah, more of those kind of even brown sugars, maybe even like a spicy honey note as well. All right, more importantly, let's tackle this because I'm really excited to kind of dive into this and see exactly what this new A225 has to offer. So you want to go out for the evening, maybe have a few cocktails, and feel and be productive the following day. Well, listen up. I think ZBiotics has the perfect product for you. Not only do I use it, but it's why I love it. It's simple. For me, it works, and I believe it will for you as well. So how do you use it? It's simple. So open up the box that they give you. Comes with a 1 ounce sample. Give that a quick shake down the hatch and let ZBiotics take over from there. Now, as I had mentioned before, I use it prior to going out for the evening or before doing barrel picks. For me, it's simple. I know it's what's going to allow for me to feel my best the following day. So how does it work? ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered product. It was invented by PhD scientists to help tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough next day. ZBiotics pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make ZBiotics your first drink of the evening, drink responsibly, stay properly hydrated to feel your best the following day. Now, how do you get it? Go to ZBiotics.com or check out the link in the description below. That down there will save you 15% off your first order. Plus, ZBiotics offers a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. I have to say a big thank you to ZBiotics for sponsoring today's video. Man, this is just such an underrated whiskey, period. If we first tackle the mouthfeel, it is rich, creamy, velvety. I'm going to say everything that you want immediately in a barrel proof whiskey, no matter what it is. Yeah, very much like the nose. It leads very much with that kind of cherry pipe tobacco, cherry cobbler type of feel. There's a pastry note that you're getting like immediately. It's big, bold, rich. The oak presence on this balances out some of that sweetness that you get with kind of the cherry cobbler, some of that cherry pipe tobacco, things along those lines. That sweetness and the oak really seem to work extremely well. So it's so far like just a beautifully balanced whiskey, like right off the get-go. I absolutely love the baking spice factor to this. Also, with that being said, it feels like there's this like spicy honey sweet tea kind of combo mixing with the cherry cobbler, the sweet rich oak. Like it is a really interesting and just well put together, very well balanced whiskey. And I think too many people are really sleeping on what this barrel proof wheat whiskey has to offer. I mean, I think this blows away a lot of the competition that's out there, not even just from a wheat whiskey standpoint, but when you're just talking about general, even rye-based barrel proof whiskeys, this thing is a monster and I think really needs to garner far more attention than it does. I think the issue is that some people get a little scared away with it not being a bourbon. Now you're talking about a wheat whiskey. So the predominant grain in this is, again, with the mash bill, 51% wheat. But I'm going to say this, don't be scared away by that at all. If you're a bourbon lover, I think this is going to fall right in line with what it is that you really enjoy with a bourbon. This does give you a lot of the characteristics of just a barrel proof bourbon. You're not getting a lot of super heavy like wheat notes. So if that's something that you're kind of scared of, I wouldn't be with this, or specifically this release, the A225. It is a beautiful, beautiful, I'll say whiskey. I don't want to even just call it a wheat whiskey or a barrel proof wheat whiskey. This is something that I think you need to kind of tackle, dive into, and really truly appreciate it for what it is. The more I sip this, the more the balance of this really works. You got the baking spices, again, kind of that honey, sweet tea spice, the beautiful, like kind of sweet, rich oak, the cherry pipe tobacco, cherry cobbler type of notes, all mingling and working together, all in an absolutely incredible kind of way. So I'm really hoping that you, if you haven't kind of tackled this this style of whiskey, that you give it an opportunity, because in my opinion, you're missing out. I think for what this has to offer, and again, going back to, my opinion of it maybe being the most underrated barrel proof whiskey that Heaven Hill produces, I think it is. We don't hear enough about this, in my opinion. It's an absolutely just beautiful whiskey. It's complex, it's rich, it's big, it's bold. It's everything that I think a lot of people truly enjoy with a whiskey. Just understand that, with the predominant grain of 51% wheat, that it's not going to be a bourbon. It's going to be this barrel proof wheat whiskey, and it's an absolute monster. Yeah, I just don't think I could recommend this enough. I think this is the type of whiskey that kind of garners that, whiskeys of the year kind of category. I think these, or this specifically, is one that could easily factor into that. It is a very rich, well-balanced, bold, complex whiskey. And if you give it some time, let it open up prior to enjoying it, this is the kind of whiskey that will really, truly reward you. So again, I encourage you to give this a try. I think this will be a whiskey that an awful lot of people will truly, truly enjoy for all the right reasons. So again, this is the A225, the Burnheim barrel-proof straight wheat whiskey from Heaven Hill. So do not sleep on this. Give this thing a try. I think you'll be absolutely blown away. Now, with all of that being said, when you start to kind of dive into the finish part of it, I mean, it is a nice long finish. All of those sweet notes, blend extremely well with the oak and spice. You got some of that, again, the cherry cobbler, cherry pipe tobacco, sweet, rich oak, beautiful spice that it has, that kind of honey, spicy, sweet tea kind of feel to it. It is a really, really nice, like well-balanced, well-blended, straight wheat whiskey. So, I mean, I can't say enough about this thing. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this one. So I would encourage you, again, like I had mentioned before, give this thing a try. It is a beautiful whiskey and one that deserves more of our attention. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts overall on barrel-proof wheat whiskeys in general. Where do you kind of land with some of these things? Have you had some of the Burnheim barrel-proof wheat whiskeys in the past? What are some of your thoughts on that? Do you recommend it? Is it something that works for you? Again, my opinion is this is a barrel-proof that is going to really work, I feel, for an awful lot of people, and again, deserves an awful lot more attention. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me, you can on Facebook and Instagram, those places at My Bourbon Journey. If you'd like to help support the channel and become part of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, make sure you check out that Patreon link in the description below. With that, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers. We'll see you in the next video. Very, very good.